I failed you again. I know, great opener to a video. Am I right? Um, Everything's so hectic. I didn't know it could be this hectic. I'm not going to be able to record for 45 minutes today. So what I'm going to try to do is two-step plan. 1, stop making promises because everything's up in the air right now. 2, promise that I'm going to upload a bonus episode of Straw 2 sometime soon. Because I want to get through Chapter 5 too now that it's done, so I can make memes. Anyway, let's do this. This is the end of the investigation, so it kind of works so that I'm not like getting not even halfway, like a tiny bit into the trial and then stopping. Yuruko, did you find something?
Oh, Sora. Well, it's complicated.
What do you mean it's complicated?
Our relationship. I mean, it happened so quickly that I'm having a hard time wrapping my head around everything.
Yeah, our relationship kind of is like that, isn't it?
If it's okay with you, can you help me redress everything that's gone down?
Seeing the word redress and then the phrase gone down recently in the same thing, it's just throwing me for a loop.
I feel like I need someone to talk to about this.
Weren't we just talking about the phosphorus?
Sure. I felt I needed to review what happened anyway. Thanks. About everybody's alibi then.
Right. We do need this.
It all started with that video with Teruya on the ground and someone with a knife. If the culprit was the one inside that video, and was filming it live in this room, it would help if we counted everyone's alibi during that time, right?
That's the plan.
I was thinking the same thing. Well, for me, I was in my room ever since you two left to get your card keys. I was about to leave and investigate near the hotel when I saw that video. Well, just like you said, both Yuki and I each went east and south to our hotels to get our keys. You can check Yuki's later, but here's my card keys and handbook as proof.
I see. So the only ones left are MIKADO, Iroha, and Shobai.
I can attest to Iroha, but I don't know where she was up until now, but I assume she was in the east area. When I left the hotel to head here, Iroha was heading the same direction, most likely after seeing the same video.
Yeah. That leaves us with MIKADO and Shobai.
Yeah, about that. I already asked MIKADO a while ago, but he wouldn't answer me. What a surprise.
He wouldn't give you an answer? Who does that brat think he is? I guess we can take that as him being the culprit, right?
I don't know if we should confirm it that easily, but yeah, I'm also pretty sure he's the culprit. This time.
After all, he had this whole rivalry thing with Teruya going on.
We didn't see him these last few days, after all.
He was probably like dealing with paperwork with Shobai, like, I'm not paying you any more than I already am.
We have no way of checking up on Shobai since he's gone missing. At least we shortened our list of suspects.
I really hope it isn't Iroha. I'd miss her.
Well, we gotta talk about it more in the trial, I guess. But thanks. Everything feels much more organized thanks to you.
Alibi alignment. To summarize what we talked about. What? We just talked about it. When the video was broadcasted, I was in the west area, Yuki in south, and Yuruko and Iroha in the east. MIKADO is probably in space-time somewhere, and Shobai teleported away. So, those are the alibis we know. Is it me, or is it like the evidence is already pointing towards a certain someone? I should write this down for now and talk about it more with the others once the trial starts. Like Yuruko said. Alright. Look, it's the... Okay, no, there's... The fifth one is MIKADO. I'm like, look, it's the 5 of us. So wait, is that like soft confirming Shobai's not going to come into the trial? When I looked up, the now silent sprinklers that had poured water onto us looked back at me. The broadcasting room ceiling wasn't what you call high, but it was still high enough that I couldn't reach them with my bare hands.
I wanted to take a closer look, but alas, it seems impossible with my height.
And I guess most people's height.
Maybe with Teruya it'd be possible, but he's... Unless we find a ladder or something, I don't think there's much else to gain from them.
Teruya was that tall? I guess this ceiling is just shorter than it seems. But okay. Those are bookshelves on the right? And they're only half as tall as the wall. A bookshelf is generally as tall as a person. Right? Or else, like, the books on the bottom shelf here would be at, like, ankle height. I don't know. I just,
They must have sensed some sign of fire if they went off. That means there should be signs of fire in this room, so I should keep my eyes out for them.
You mean that weird rock I was talking about in the last episode is actually a fire?
More stuff to investigate, I guess.
The sprinklers.
Wow, it was so far away. Some half-burnt scrap of paper was lying on the floor. What's up with this piece of paper? Like, how did it end up here?
It's freaking Setsuka's... Setsuka? What was her name? It's been so long. I think it was Setsuka. You know, the one with the 8-ball pin. Her, like, will that Kanade burnt. Yeah.
I don't think I saw this lying around before.
That was the joke I was trying to make.
When I picked it up, I could see that it had already been long cooled down, though it had been crumpled up due to the fire.
Oh, it, like, contracted?
Huh? There's some white powder on it.
White phosphorus! They spoiled it in the last episode.
There was some white powder on one side. Though I did call it white powder, its texture was rough and coarse enough to just barely qualify as a powder.
Definitely white phosphorus.
And it even had a glimmer of shine in it, reflecting some of the light in the room.
The room!
This must be glass.
It's glass? So it was like a Molotov?
From the observations I just made, I was able to deduce that this was, without a doubt, glass powder. But why would glass powder be on... Wait, before that, how is this paper burnt anyway?
MIKADO just put a fireball in a bottle and he shook it up and then threw it in.
Though I'm not 100% positive, I have a feeling that these must have also been used by the culprit. I've got to write this down.
Then do it. Okay. Okay, I have no idea. Like, nothing is connecting in my brain right now. You know?
The door that we busted down earlier to enter the locked room. It can only be locked from the inside, yet there was nobody in this room when we came in. It's like there was a locked chest with a key that unlocks it inside. It's like a locked room mystery or something. I don't know. That sounds weird. Probably not. A locked room mystery. Never mind, I said it right after. Gotti. Huh? What's this?
Is it glass? Powder?
It looks like the lock that was put on the door. It must have fallen off when we broke it down. The mechanism seems to be a lever-based one.
The lever seems pretty large. I thought most door locks these days were either button-based or body recognition-based. Motion-based?
With this kind of lock mechanism, the door has to be closed completely. Then the lever needs to be pulled from the inside.
So it's like on bathroom stalls, at least in the States.
At least if it was button-based, I would imagine there'd be some gimmick to lock it from outside. With this, I have no idea how the locked room mystery was created at all. And there's another thing that's bothering me.
There's a piece of green tape in there. I know why. That's the whole... they didn't do it to, like, the sprinklers up. Like, they didn't do that on purpose. They had a little something attached to this with a little rocket on the back so it would turn. Got it.
Some bits of tape were hanging down on one end of the lock's lever.
Although that would never work in real life. They're all gross and sticky.
Why would someone need to put tape on this?
Although maybe that's because they were in bathrooms. And I mean sticky like hard to turn. Not sticky as in literally like... Yeah.
Perhaps it's a clue related to this locked room mystery.
I mean, it's literally a lock, so I would say yes. Maybe the lock will help us uncover the lock. Tape residue was added to notes. Are we already done? Okay, no, we're in the staircase.
I don't know why I came here. After wrapping up in the broadcasting room, I headed to the stairs located near the room.
Okay.
And now I arrived in front of the door to the connecting bridge.
I'll just hang out here. I bet. And it's not going to be show by.
I had to run all the way around from the east broadcasting room to the west just now to find Teruya's body.
Although I guess it could be Iroha.
I don't want to cross the bridge, but I'm gonna do it.
Hey, for once a pop-up on the side of the video isn't mine.
If we only had access to this bridge, I wouldn't have had to go that far. But that being said, this bridge... That time I almost fell down. Something about it feels off to me. Is it really a bug?
Maybe you can only get on the bridge from one side.
Or is it a feature?
Dun dun dun. There you are, Sora. It was number 1. Number 2 is off in the other room somewhere.
Get away, you creep.
Ouch. Now hold on. Why would you hit someone in the face like that as soon as you see them?
Why would you creep up on someone's back like that, creep?
Well, I'm also doing my earnest best to investigate, and it just so happens that I have a monumental question for you.
No.
Oh, come on. Please don't leave me like that. Believe me, I want to find the culprit as much as you do.
As if. Although I guess running away from a question like that would make me look suspicious. Very well. Keep it quick.
What is my name? Oh, how splendid. Well, you are aware that I wasn't there when it happened, yes? I would like to hear what exactly went down.
It sounds like that question doesn't necessarily have to be answered by me. There were 3 other people at the scene other than me, you know.
Yes, but I know it wasn't you. And unfortunately, I've already been ignored by all of them. Please, Sora, you're my only hope. I don't have a small robot to deliver this message, but if I did, I would do it.
I'll only give you the quick summary of what happened. I
see. So that's what happened.
Now can I leave? I don't want to waste a single more second dealing with you. I have something I have to check before... No!
The investigation is now over. We will begin the class trial now. All students must immediately gather at the
Map Twin Building West 2223
lobby.
Oh dear, seems our time limit is up. How unfortunate.
Were you stalling me?
Stalling? No. My dear Sora, it seems I've finally awakened the power to read minds. And your mind is telling me, did I seriously waste my precious time dealing with this trash? Impressive. Of a person? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Wow, being self-aware for once.
Yeah.
By the way, MIKADO, do you know where we're actually supposed to go now? What Monochrome just said didn't click with me.
Oh, that I definitely know. My apologies for Monaco's currently confusing state. West Building first floor lobby is our destination. Lucky you, it's not that far from here. Come on now, follow me.
He's gonna walk across the bridge. No? Okay. Never mind.
Splendid, you're all here. Now let us head to the class trial ground.
What are you on about? This is the twin building. What do you mean the class trial grounds? Why did Monochrome even gather us here?
That's because the trial grounds are located in the basement floor of this building. They were there the whole time. Surprise.
What? So that's where we're going? But I didn't see any buttons leading to the basement. Floor when I last used the elevator.
But that's how it is now. Perhaps someone suddenly constructed it because the Monocruise was destroyed. I don't know who that could be. Maybe it's built where I've been for the last 3 days.
Constructed it? Mikado, did you...
Now, let's put aside any unnecessary details. I mean, who cares where we hold the trial? We must find and exterminate the filthy culprit who violently murdered Teruya. Everyone, we must go onwards. Onward! It's a Pixar movie. Not many people know about it because it wasn't that popular.
Wait, Mikado, what do you mean, everyone? I was about to ask you ages ago, but where the heck is Shobai?
He doesn't exist. He never did. It was all an illusion. Oh, Shobai. Shobai. Unfortunately, he won't be participating in this class trial, so nothing much is changing.
What? How's that even fair? Not participating? How come he...
Life is a continuous process of such unbelievable events, wouldn't you say?
No.
No, let's just not dwell on the people that aren't even here. What, are we going to wait for Kanade to show up now? We have a Monocro waiting for us, after all. He's the second one, so I said instead of the, you know.
Mikado, wait!
No, I'm already going. I can't hear you. My mask is covering my ear.
You have another ear!
It doesn't work.
Wait, this is exactly the same place as the one underneath the Monocruise. Mikado, you've got some explaining to do. Why is Shobai not participating in this trial? I heard from Sora that he suddenly disappeared out of thin air. Did something happen to him?
You could say that. Why, you're so desperate to find him. He wasn't cooperative with you in any way, was he? You're all better off without him. As am I. Well, not really. He was kind of my eye on the ground, but whatever. Are you that confident in your abilities to find the culprit without him? Or are you not confident? Never mind.
Who says we can't find the culprit without him? We already know it's you. Yuruko? Huh? What, Sora? Shut up. I mean, talking with him is just a waste of our time. It's better off ignoring him altogether. But if he's the culprit...
Isn't it the social norm to whisper such things instead of telling it straight in front of the person in question?
Yeah, well, maybe if you were a person. You're right. And like Mikado said, we're probably better off without Shobai. Though, I am curious about what happened to him. We need to focus on the trial that's in front of us. Keep moving forward. That's what they say. Right. We might get executed if we're not careful. Iroha's like, I'm also here. If we die, we'd be making all the deaths we've been through in vain.
Would you hurry up? The class trial's now open. Our survivors must take the elevator and come down the stairs.
Hey, it's finally gonna start. Yeah, like it or not, we need to do this. So it's better we give it our all on this one. Let's go. The 5th class trial. There's still like 4 minutes in the video. 6 survivors. 5 if we exclude the not present Shobai. So few people, yet the trial presumes without regard to any of it. We should prepare ourselves better for this as well. Or we better prepare ourselves? I don't know. What is that? Oh, it's the bridge. Why did we just get the bridge now? Wouldn't it have been more organic to introduce it like when we were talking to Mikado? I don't know, just saying. It's so empty. The twin building's elevator heading down to the class trial grounds was the same as the Monocruise.
I recycled maps, sue me.
But no one acknowledged that bizarre similarity. There was only heavy silence in the room. The silence could be because of the fact that there were so little of us, but there was a sense of solemnness that we could all feel from the atmosphere. Granted, no one really talked during this period, but this time it felt like we couldn't talk even if we wanted to.
I really wish, I know it's not feasible, because why would you even do that? But I really wish when it came to the elevator segments, in regular Danganronpa 2, not Danganronpa 2, like the whole series, that they would randomize where people are in the elevator, like, you know, just a little bit. Like, it would be a really great moment right now to have everybody together and then MIKADO on the outside, or, you know, maybe Mikado's at the front a little bit away from the three of us and Iroha's on the outside, just to sort of symbolize the group dynamic. I know it basically what the elevator scenes are in both games is just one image, and each of the sprites is its own layer, so they just turn them off when somebody dies. But, you know, it would be neat. After what felt like hours had passed, the elevator arrived at the class trial grounds with a thud. The usual loud creak, a thud, you know, pretty close. So ugly. What's up with the expensive looking curtains? Aren't we underground? This is the basement.
Now this is what I call a good rework. Truya would have loved these curtains. He was pretty fond of rainbows, after all.
And you made that over the 3 days you were disappearing, right? So it's almost like you knew Truya was gonna die. Huh, odd.
Welcome. Please move to the seat with your name on it.
Yeah, we know.
He isn't looking in the right direction.
Oh, God.
Please move to the seat with your name on it.
Let's move. He's creeping me out, man. What the... Was this place always so spacious?
Oh, we've got more death portraits than we've got survivors.
And at least one of us will become a portrait when this is all over. Let's make sure we keep that number to 1.
I'm here too. Ooh, what a nice atmosphere we have here. This grandiose feeling. Don't you all get the feeling that this is the end game? It's enough to make my...
Identified seat code and avatar match. Class trial beginning.
Starts beeping like a microwave.
Ooh, my hot pocket is done.
Boot successful. Starting debug mode. Debug successful. Class trial will now commence.
Class trial. It's about to start. It's already the 5th time. Tons of people have died, and many have lost their lives through the class trial. Truya, this case's victim, a member of the Kisaragi Foundation, the classmate of Akane Taira. But she doesn't know anything about the foundation. What was he trying to do as the representative of that foundation?
I was gonna, die, you know?
What info did he have for us?
None.
Unfortunately for us, he took that information to his grave, and we'll never get to know his true intentions.
Until you wake up, assumedly.
The only thing left for us to do is to find his killer and make his death not to be in vain. Putting aside the hundreds of problems we had to deal with to escape this place, we now had to set our first priority on the class trial. A trial of life or death. A lie of life or death. The betrayal of life or death. The protagonist monologue at the beginning of a trial of life or death.
Shabais is gray.
I'm just not here.
Excuse of life or death. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah.
Is there only going to be one person from each scene? Can't be, right? There's not that many of them.
The trust of life or death.
Ooh. Try to be in scene 3.
Life or death.
Most people survive when they're on scene 3. Or they die immediately, I guess.
The class trial.
Do-do-do-do-do-do. That's the end. So yeah, like I said, I'll try my hardest to get a bonus episode out. Maybe on Saturday. I do have an exam this Friday, so we'll see how it goes. But I can record stuff tomorrow, so at least hopefully I can. I don't know, guys. It's stressful moving. This is the first time I've moved like myself in my entire life. We've been living out at our place since, well, I moved when I was like 4, but I don't remember it. And I didn't do any of the work. So yeah, it's just stressful. It's just, don't like dealing with it. But as for the game itself, I don't know who could have been the killer. Because obviously it's not MIKADO. This is only Trial 5. He's the main villain. He has to last until Trial 6. But Shobai left before any of it happened. And Iroha was nowhere near there. And I don't think it's any of the 3 of us. So then what the heck? My best theory at this point is that Teruya was killed a long time before. And everything was set up so that it would look like he got killed right then. Which basically means anybody could have done it. Which means Iroha and MIKADO are back on the table. Although MIKADO is not really on the table, so it's mostly just Iroha, but I don't want it to be true. Okay. I'll see you guys next time. Like and subscribe. I almost forgot to say that. Can you believe it? I'm a YouTuber. Bye.